Dodge gave us a Hellcat Redeye engine to swap into any Dodge vehicle. We picked a 2001 Viper. Last episode, we got the engine ripped out. In this video, we're gonna start putting the Hellcat engine in, so let's get started.
Pause for a sec. We got a gift for you fellas.
Uh-oh.
Look at how many sets of lug nuts Gorilla sent us.
All the lug nuts.
All the nuts.
These nuts.
And check this out. I know this. Hey, this is appreciated too. Look at these sockets.
Oh,
thin wall.
Put that in the Civic. We need that for the Motegis.
They also threw in a couple torque wrenches too, half inch. Stocked up. Thanks, boys.
What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the throtlVIP YouTube channel. My name is Quinn. I'm here with Mickey and Ricky. We just finished cleaning the engine bay on our 2001 Dodge Viper RT10, and now it is time to start putting our Hellcat Redeye engine in. You guys excited?
Yeah, I'm ready to go.
This is gonna be a really fun project. There's gonna be a lot of challenges to it, so let's get started.
Easy day.
So we've got our 256 bolted to our Cat engine, and this is the first moment of us figuring out if this swap is gonna be easy or difficult or what it's gonna look like, because we're about to drop this whole thing into the Viper engine bay. A couple things to note: we do not have a slave cylinder, a flywheel, a clutch, or any of that stuff inside the transmission right now. So once we get it mounted, it's not going to be permanent. We will have to pull this back out to put all that stuff on. So this is just the initial us figuring out how we're gonna mock it up and tackle things like the engine mounts and the transmission mount assembly. So let's get this thing in. I'm excited to see it in the bay. It's gonna look freaking vicious in there. So some of the challenges are starting to reveal themselves. First of all, this oil filter being here is going to be a problem. It's sitting too low, so we're probably going to have to get a relocation kit for that so we can run and move that out of there. I'm also going to take these AC lines up, because as you guys can see down there, it's probably going to hit the oil pan. We're still working on it. This is part of the process of figuring everything out and how it's going to set up.
This video is brought to you by our friends at Manscaped, the global leader in men's grooming tools and hygiene solutions. Manscaped has created the ultimate men's grooming kit for the modern man, suitable for those men who prefer a trim, a close shave, or anything in between. Introducing the Platinum Package 4.0 by Manscaped. The Manscaped Body Wash 2-in-1 shampoo and conditioner duo has helped me cut my shower time in half. For those underarms, it's the new aluminum-free stick deodorant by Manscaped. And check this out, they even made deodorant specifically made for your balls. The Crop Preserver Ball Deodorant. That's head to toe fresh. Your bathroom tool shed includes the Lawnmower 4.0 electric trimmer and the Weed Whacker nose and ear hair trimmer. These trimmers are built smart. They're waterproof, cordless, and made with skin-safe technology, which helps reduce nicks and cuts. So Manscaped is also kind enough to hook up the Throttle fam with a bunch of freebies. The Shed Luxury travel bag and a free pair of Manscaped anti-chafing boxer briefs, which I personally love. So simply head on over to manscaped.com today and get 20% off, plus free international shipping and 2 free gifts when you use promo code throtl at checkout. So that's 20% off plus free shipping and the 2 gifts with promo code throtl at manscaped.com. Now that's it for me. Let's get back to the Viper build.
dude, the whole thing's smashed.
Yeah. We need a real man.
I got it.
Cheater.
What? How are you gonna do it? With thumbs?
Like a man. Come on, bro. You're going the right way.
It's twisting the whole engine. What do you want to bet it's full of oil?
Nah. Pretty sure they run them all. See, it's good.
Ah, it's empty.
Going down slow.
Oh, it's not slow.
That's as slow as your Harbor Freight engine hoist works.
We're pulling the coil pack off because it's hitting.
Yeah.
So you're pulling off every single coil pack or just one?
No, just this one.
Back in 01.
Just those two?
Yeah, because look how much
both of
far
them?
back's gotta go.
Look at that.
There's a coil pack.
There's two?
Yeah,
That's not normal, is it?
sure. If you're a Hemi, it is. If you're a Hemi, it's normal.
That thing got a Hemi? Yeah. All right, so right now we're gonna lift the car and try to keep the engine at the same height so I can go underneath and try to...
So it just came off of the back.
So right now, if you can see, the engine is tilted down, the transmission is falling down from the car. So our goal is to try to figure out a way to hold the transmission level and keep the engine as well as level so we can raise the car up with the engine and transmission being held temporarily while we start fabbing mounts for it.
All right, Ricky's putting on the transmission mount now off of the Viper trans. It actually bolts right onto this T56, thankfully. Because it's a similar T56 transmission, the pickup for the transmission mount is in the exact location we need it to be. So it's actually gonna bolt right in the car.
So the tail shaft on this T56 and the tail shaft on the Viper T56 that came out of this have quite a few differences, and one of them is where the transmission mount is actually centered. It's different on that. This one is dead center, and because of that, our hole in the transmission mount is actually not centered. So when we were trying to figure out which way it went, we're actually gonna pull this off and drill one dead center so we can get this centered. That'll keep our drive shaft centered and keep everything balanced well.
All right, we have the trans mount in, and now we're just fiddling around with sort of the angle of everything. This is one of those things that you gotta get really close to perfect or perfect.
Do you feel like it's fitting better though than you expected?
Fitting pretty much how I expected. We're running into the challenges that we expected we would run into. As you can see here, they're trying to move the motor over, but it's against the oil.
You're hitting the oil filter up here.
There's some things that we do need to worry about, like we may need to remote mount the oil filter. It's really not a big deal. You know, we do it on almost every car anyway. It's just we're not real versed on these motors. We don't know what's available out there. I'm pretty sure we can just remove that oil cooler housing that's on there and get our own remote mount and do all that race car stuff. You know, we'll get it.
We've got a little gauge on the top of the engine, tell us when it's level, and then we'll bring the car up once it's stable, and we can start building our engine mounts for it. So we're at the point where we're about to start making engine mounts. So I'm gonna start making the flat plate that goes on the side of the engine block. That way we can start building the actual mount to connect it to the rubber mount off of that. So I'm gonna take our measurements on the side of the block and we'll start making brackets for that. So Mick and Greg got this thing dialed in with some Science wood ratchet straps and a magnet we got here. It's center, it's a little high a degree or two, which we can fix once the mounts are being made and they're on the car. So this is where the cat motor is going to stay. So we're gonna start building our engine mounts, which I'm already working on. This is it, this is what you should be looking at. This is a Hellcat motor, almost in a Dodge Viper.
What do you mean almost?
Almost.
Well,
That's where it's going to be. That's what it's going to look like when it's actually in the car. But it's in with ratchet straps and Greg Wood Science. It works.
So anyway, we're gonna pull the oil pan off. This is the factory Hellcat oil pan. Hey, how's that bracket coming, bud? Good. Done yet? No. Okay. So Greg and I were waiting for Slowpoke McGee over there to cut that plate down. We ordered a Milodon oil pan that's gonna replace this one. And it's essentially for it's to move the front sump to the rear. We ordered it just in case. We weren't sure how this configuration was on the chassis. Turns out we don't need a front or a rear sump loaded pan. Either will work because we've got plenty of room down here. But what we are finding is this pan hangs down pretty far, and we know that that Milodon pan does not. So we're gonna swap it out anyway. It has a new pickup, and we're gonna show you guys that now.
Yeah, we're money now.
Look, we got Greg doing unboxings now.
Hell yeah.
There's your new pickup,
Greg's a content creator.
and there's your new oil pan.
Woo! That thing is nuts.
With a little windage trace. Keeps the oil from transferring.
Damn, that's hot.
It's got a little windage tray in there that
Oh, nice.
keeps the oil, when you accelerate, keeps the oil in the compartment. The oil pump will be in here.
Holy
keep-
crap,
this'll
look at
keep
this
the oil.
pickup, dude.
Pretty
sick.
keep the
This
oil.
is gangster, huh?
Keeps the oil where it's picking up under acceleration. Wow.
That's them real
There.
racing parts there, brother.
Oh God. No,
Oh God. Oil in it. You kidding me, bro?
Grab a thing.
I did not think this had oil in it, dude. Why would it have a full oil
Anybody
pump?
hear me say what are the chances that I
Whoa.
have oil in it?
Yeah, I
2
got-
seconds
Hey,
before.
Can you grab something to catch the oil?
Yeah.
Cleaning it up. We'll do that later. Are you doing okay?
Me, I'm fine. How about you?
She's getting kind of heavy.
You want to hold it while you open the drain plug?
No.
You're just gonna pour it.
Which are over here,
It's gonna
boys.
fit.
Oh, that's
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Give me that.
Oh,
Give me that.
perfect pour.
That was amateur hour. That was all Greg's fault.
Absolutely. Blame me, Greg. Hey, tell you what.
Why are you always spilling oil? Whenever Quinn's
watch
around,
this.
oil spills.
Evan. That should come straight out with a washer. Whoa.
All right, this is the Milodon pan. We're gonna check and see, just to make sure we got clearance. Ciao. Since we're moving the pickup to the back on this engine, it was in the front before. We took the front sump pickup off. This is the Milodon rear sump pickup. We gotta bolt this on, and it's gonna pick up the oil from the back of the sump on the back of the pan where there's extra capacity. And then this also has trap doors in it as well for oil, to make sure that we have oil in the right places so that this pickup can take it and put it back in the engine.
There it is. There's the first plate. Done.
Complete?
Yeah.
What's up with that hole right there?
That hole, that's adjustable.
Stevie Wonder was our guest
That's
fabricator today.
So I bet you this thing will fit on the other side.
We're gonna find out right now.
They don't deviate that much on these.
Yeah.
So there you go. It should.
This needs to be loud
Right, but
for it, but yeah. So this is the passenger side mount, and I'm gonna put it up there. Let's stick the camera up there, Sean. You can see all the metal. This side is what we're gonna be building off of, as well as some of this in the middle. So this one fits, it bolts down, which is nice. So I'm done with this side. I'm actually gonna pretty much mimic this on the other side. I do have to cut this section out right here because it hits on whatever part of the block that is, but I think we can build a little bit more down where I had to cut out for the oil filter housing. So that's about it. I'm gonna imitate this for the other side, and then we'll pretty much be done with these plates. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe to the throtl YouTube channel and turn on the bell notification so you don't miss a thing. And we got 4 holes in 1 plate. Now we got to make it look nice. So my plan, yeah, no, they're close. So I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna cut it to about the same length. I know that we have to cut a top section off, so I'm just gonna go.
That's QuinFab.
That's it, baby.
Can't really see up there, but oh, I can see it.
Yep, we're there. This hole right here is touching a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, I can really
Like that. And then we'll pull this off and do that and clean it up, and boy, we'll be on our way, brother. I'm gonna start working on the motor mount side. So here is our motor mounts. So I'm gonna make a little square with a hole in it that's gonna bolt onto this. Once that is done, we'll put the mount on, put that bracket on the mount, put this bracket on the engine. It's gonna look something like that, and then we'll make our stanchions that go from this plate to this plate, and that's how our motor mount setup will be. So I got my mount plates and the block plates finished and installed. They look really nice, and this is gonna allow us to come in first thing tomorrow, make our side plates that are gonna connect these two together, weld them up, and then we have the mounts in the car, which is pretty sweet.
And while Quinn was knocking those out, Greg and I tossed the Milodon oil pan on. So that's all set. We've got 7 quarts in here. We're gonna get out of here for tonight. We'll be back in the morning. We're flying. We're at about 30 hours into this now, and most of that was sleep last night. So we're jamming. This is literally like a day and a half Hellcat swap. Still a lot to do.
We started this yesterday at 4:20
We pulled the
p.m.
motor at 12 today, and it's 8:40 today.
We have a lot of cutting to do on this. It's gonna be a little bit of a process, but with the power of editing, I can do this. Boom, that easy. So now we're gonna put these up in the engine bay, make sure they fit, tack them into place, and then pull the whole mount as one, and finish weld it and refine it, make it look all nice and painted.
Just like that.
Yeah. There you go.
There's one.
First Hellcat Viper engine mount bracket.
Soon to be on throtl.com.
Not available on throtl.com. Damn it.
Available from QuinFab himself.
No.
Hit him up.
This is one time only.
Everybody hit him up.
Yeah. It's tack welded, dude.
Okay.
Look at that.
That was beefy though.
Those are meant, dude. That's what I'm talking about.
Good job, Quinn.
Yeah, unwrap that for you.
Yeah. Woo! Now we're gonna finish weld them, clean them up, make them look nice, paint them.
What's that?
World's first Viper to Hellcat engine mounts.
Let's go. Am I taking these or you
I'm gonna take them.
boogering them up?
I'll make them beauty.
No, that's sick, dude.
Boogered up the end a little bit, but she good.
Yeah, I stopped a little early.
Well, there's some thick welds though, boy.
They need to be. Look how big this plate is. We're putting a cab motor in, baby. This thing's got power and torque. That's why I'm MIGing, not TIGing. So our mounts are almost finished being finish welded. I do want to box these corners here. Like I was mentioning earlier, that's going to add a little bit more strength and rigidity to this mount so it's not trying to roll everywhere when we start putting load under this. On top of that, we're going to cut off the access material, so I have a little corner here that's a little bit sticking over. We're also going to cut these for the exhaust headers, make some more room for a bag to flow boys, and then we're going to paint them. I don't want to bore you guys with that, so let's get this done. Now's the time to get this engine on its own weight in the frame, which is gonna be a really cool moment. So we can take all the wood blocks and ratchet straps off. So let's get these bad boys installed. Woo!
Let me see those. They turned out pretty hot.
They turned out buff too. I added some like bracing.
Oh yeah, you gotta show us what you added. So.
For that. So that'll make her nice and stiff. And then this is the exhaust. These are gonna sit in like that. And so this is gonna give us room for the manifolds. The Magnaflow guys will appreciate that. So let's get these things in.
All right.
So these are the heat shields off of the V10 for the engine mounts. Perfect. So I ran through the wire wheel, cleaned them up a bit. We're gonna lift this thing up, drop our mounts on, put it down, and then it'll be on its own weight. Cool. We'll see.
We shall see, brother.
That's pretty good, dude. That's pretty good.
I'll be the judge of that.
Awesome, baby. That's it, dude. That's it.
Money.
Oh! Ah! Quinn Fab in the house, baby.
My boy's hyped. This is his first set of motor mounts. It's awesome.
Good job, Quinn.
So let's tighten it down, and then what's next? We have a Hellcat swapped Viper with mounts, bolts up, holds under its own weight. This is a good sign. This is also a really good start to the project. So now we get to start fiddling with the rest of the stuff. Drive shaft, shifter, electrical, which is what Will's gonna be on. And now it's pretty much, we're just breaking the car down to its smaller systems and just knocking them out one at a time. And then we'll have an engine that works and a car that goes fast.
All right, well, Quinn, Ricky, Will, and I got the motor in the car. Quinn knocked out the motor mounts. They turned out pretty sick. The motor is actually in its final resting place. Now we got to pull it back out. You do all this work to put it in, and we got to pull it right back out.
That's what she said.
But man, I can't believe Dodge didn't do this a long time ago. This is the awesomest swap for this car.
Absolutely.
This thing is going to be so rowdy. I really hope our competitors at the Roadkill Nights event are ready for this thing. Cause
I don't think they are, but I'm ready for it.
I'm pretty sure nobody's bringing anything this cool.
It'll be fun. I'm excited to get this thing up and running.
So we've still got a lot of work to do, but we're gonna end the video here. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. We've got a Hellcat motor in a Viper, and we're pumped. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. Hit the subscribe button, leave us some comments down below. We love the thumbs up as well. We'll see you in the next one.